Beatrice, listen to me. This is very important. You must promise me that while I'm in Edinburgh, you mustn't tell anyone that you think you saw James Stenbeck strangling Suzanne. It could put you in extreme danger.
You're frightening me, Duncan.
I'm telling you this so you'll be careful. I'm going to ask Brian to watch over you while I'm gone.
No, you mustn't bring Brian into this. I told you I must never see him again.
Good morning.
Good morning, Brian. Have you had any news?
You caught up with Shannon and straightened everything out?
I'm afraid not. She left town before I could talk to her. I don't know when she's coming back.
Good morning, Miss Stewart. Is Barbara around?
Due back any minute if she sees us together.
Has Duncan contacted you again about buying the Rocco?
No.
Keckley's our thief. I know it, and I've got to find some way to nail him.
Don't. The coin is gone, and you're not going to get it back, so can we please just forget about it?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you.
Then don't. I've made up so many lies to cover other lies that I can't keep them straight anymore. I live in constant state of fear that Betsy and my grandmother are going to find out. Find out what, Emily?
Boy, oh boy. Breakfast in bed is a habit that I could really get used to. You know that?
Will you please go to the hospital so I can accomplish something on my only day off? Come on. First order of business is to get the tree down. That's what I'm going to do. I got to clean this whole house up.
Oh, I'm going to miss that old tree. You know, it was the best Christmas I ever had. Bar none.
Me too.
Hey, when I get off of my shift tonight, why don't I pick you up at the Mona and we can have a quiet nightcap someplace, huh?
I think I can be tempted.
Oh, yeah? I don't suppose I could tempt you into joining me in the shower. Scrubbing my back, huh?
Bad.
That was just a suggestion. I'm gonna go get the water hot, and maybe you'll change your mind, all right?
Okay. Something wrong?
Yeah, look, are we alone?
Well, Casey's here. He's up taking a shower. What's the matter?
Look, I want to talk to you, and, I don't know how to say this.
Come on, Craig. We never had a problem talking together. Just say what's on your mind. Go on.
Okay. Here goes. Are you and...
Finally, the water's hot. How about coming up and scrubbing my back now?
The world turns. This portion brought to you today by mountain-grown Folgers coffee. Folgers, the best part of waking up. And by Tide. On tough dirt, Tide won't quit till your clothes are clean.
I get the feeling that just answered your question. Craig, please, Margot knows about this.
I don't care about that. I'm your son, and that punk is younger than I am.
Do you know that I have spent my entire life worrying about you and about everybody else? As a mother, as a breadwinner, as a nurse. And that's okay. That's okay. It's fine. But for the first time, I would like to take care of my own needs. Do you understand that?
Get out of my way,
no,
Mama. Mama.
You listen to me. I have been alone for a long time. Just feel empty. know how much. Guess I really never admitted it to myself. But now I'm doing all the things that I want to do. And when I come home, there's someone here to share it with. Honey, I have a man who loves me. And I can share my life with him. I'm really happy right now. Can you understand that? I mean, what? Oh, Craig, come on. What could be wrong with that?
No one. I can't let anybody hurt you.
Oh, honey, come on. Then be happy for me, please. I mean, it's so important to me right now. Please.
Hi, Craig. I love your mother very much.
Harriet's gone too. No doubt she's with Shannon.
Didn't Shannon leave you a note?
No. I don't know where she is or when she's coming back.
Brian, I'm so terribly sorry.
It's not your fault, Beatrice. Could I have a few words with you in private, please?
I've got to call the travel agent.
Don't leave, Duncan. Actually, I'm rather tired. I didn't get much sleep last night. Could we talk later?
Just a few words in a few minutes, please.
All right, I'll get dressed and be back. Duncan, I want to go to Scotland with you. If you don't make a reservation for me, I'll do it myself.
We'll discuss it later.
Reservations for where?
Edinburgh. I've got to fly there on business.
Don't let her
today.
go with you.
Well, what in blazes do you suggest I do to
Well,
stop
I don't know, but there's got to be a way. After all these years of living in the past, she's finally in the present now. She's starting a new life. You let her go to Scotland, she'll return to that old world. You can't let that happen to her.
Well, then you talk to her. You're the only one that could convince her to stay. I know why Shannon stopped the wedding.
If you don't mind, I'd rather not talk about that now. Tell Beatrice I'll wait for her upstairs.
Brian, if you can convince her to stay, will you keep an eye out for her?
But I've got to convince her to stay first.
Suzanne was off every man she met. In one of his letters, Thomas wrote to me that he thought Suzanne was involved with a man named Lester. Duncan, it was James Stenbeck I saw strangling Suzanne, I'm sure.
Now, don't be upset, Grandma, but my cabin was broken into on the yacht.
What?
Were you in there when it happened? No, nothing was stolen. That's why I didn't tell you. I know you're not exactly thrilled about me living on my own, and I didn't want you to worry.
What on earth were you doing talking to James Stenbeck about it?
He was in here the day it happened, and he heard me telling Barbara. I know you don't like him, but he seems harmless to me.
So do cobras before they strike. Now, believe me, I saw the harm that he did your Aunt Dee, and you saw what he did to Steve. Just take it on good authority and stay as far away from James Stenbeck as you can.
Well, you and Emily squeaked by in that one, didn't you?
We came here to talk about Paul.
State your business, then leave.
I'm going to take him to a ball game in Chicago, spend the night, have...
Absolutely not. You see him twice a week, and under no circumstances can you take him out of town.
Okay, listen. I want to invite Andy, and I will even take your brother Rick along as a chaperone, if that will appease you. I just want to get to know my son. Why are you making it so difficult for me?
2 visits a week, take it or leave it.
Paul is going to question that.
And you'll have to come up with some answers that will satisfy him, won't you?
Like the fact his mother's being completely unreasonable?
Look, James, I have protected him from your past all these years. If you want, I'll tell him everything. And while I'm at it, I'll go over and tell Ellen Stewart all about you and little Emily, okay?
And then I will will be forced to tell our son about your tawdry affair with Tony Reyes, trying to break up Tom and Margot's marriage, and your little slumber parties out at Duncan's castle.
Okay, all right. All right. I've done some things that I'm not exactly proud of, but compared to you, I'm a saint. So why don't we tell everything about us to Paul, okay? We'll see who comes up smelling sweeter. You don't like that idea very much, do you, James? Because you'll lose, hands down. And we both know how much you hate to lose.
Well, okay, Aunt Lena, just tell Steve I called. Tell him Danny and I send lots of love. Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
You. Oh, hi. Hi. How are you? Good. I'm on my way to see Dr. Samuels for checkup, and I always wonder if you'd like to meet me for lunch afterwards.
Oh, I'd love to, but, well, I have a ton of work to do.
Is Craig overworking you? Or are you working so hard to avoid thinking about Steve and Greg?
Craig said the same thing. Maybe it's true.
Maybe. Is he here?
No, he's not. Hey, listen, I heard you went to bat with your mother to get Ivor that job at Memorial.
Well, yeah, it's the least I could do. Interesting thing is, my mother and Antonio still claim they were powerless to stop Stenbeck.
A joke. A very bad joke.
Yeah. Well, my mother's my mother, so I love her. Even though she makes it extremely hard. I have to forgive her. But I will not forgive Tonio for what he did to you and Steve.
Sorry I'm late. There's the water and I thought. Was the mail in?
Yeah, here.
Thank you.
Well, okay, I'll get going and talk to you later. Okay.
Look, you don't have to leave on my account.
I wasn't. Craig, let's just get this out in the open. I'm over what's happened. And I hope that you are, because it'll just make things so much more comfortable and good for all of us. Okay? Talk to you later.
Okay, bye-bye. You okay, boy?
I'm fine.
Well, you don't seem fine. I mean, you gotta get used to seeing Sierra. I think she's over it. I wish you could get over it, too.
That is not what's bothering me. Right now, I'm very concerned about another lady in my life, okay? Hello, Meg. May I join you?
Sure.
I was very disappointed in you. You broke our plans for New Year's Eve.
I totally forgot that I told Dusty I'd go to Shannon's wedding with her. Well, almost wedding.
Yes, Lucinda told me all about that.
I saw Sierra there. I thought you might show up.
No, I toasted in the new year by myself in the executive suite.
I'm sorry.
Well, we could make up for New Year's Eve by having lunch today.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Meg, it's just lunch. We could go to our favorite restaurants. Come on, I don't like eating alone.
Well, okay.
Hello, Meg.
Iva.
Hello, Antonio.
Iva, congratulations on your new job. I hear Lucinda pulled some strings here for you.
Yes, that's what I hear, too, but nothing that either of you could do would make up for the devastation that you caused Steve and Betsy.
Iva, I'm just as upset about what happened to Steve as you are, but there was nothing either Lucinda or I could do about it. Excuse me.
He makes
So
my
how was your
skin...
first day at work?
Oh, hey, it's been great. I'm learning a lot. I'm going to really enjoy it, I think. And also now I can keep an eye on you.
Well, you don't need to. I learned a lot this summer. I'm not jumping in feet first. I'm thinking things through this time.
You know, Meg, I really wish I could believe that, but I don't. You still have not told Mama the truth about New Mexico.
Come on, why should I dredge that up all over again? I've told her most of it.
Except the part about how you manipulated John.
Manipulated?
Sending you out there, and how you almost got pregnant. I think we should have lunch today. I think we should talk about it.
Okay. I can't. I've got to run errands for Lila, okay? I told her I promised on my lunch hour.
Meg.
I've got to go. I've got to drop
Meg, I want to talk. Meg. That sister of yours is impossible to nail down. Can I talk to you for a minute?
Sure.
She told me that she would talk to your mother about this New Mexico stuff.
But she hasn't done it.
I know. That's just what I was talking to her about.
I love your mother. I want you to know that. And I want to be honest with her no matter what the outcome. How do you think she'll take it?
Honestly, I think it's a little hard for her to understand why you would send somebody like Meg, who's so young and so impulsive, out there on her own. You know, you must have known that she was attracted to Dusty.
But Meg was staying with your cousins in Santa Fe, not at the ranch. That was one of the conditions for her going in the first place.
Well, you see, that's kind of interesting, seeing how we don't have any cousins in Santa Fe.
Will you excuse me?
Yeah, I have to go myself, actually.
You got your half of the $5,000 that I had to give Lansing?
Relax, John. I'm going to see Barbara on my lunch hour. I'll have it for you this afternoon.
How am I supposed to relax when Lansing thinks that he can blackmail us anytime he wants? And what about this dirt on Stenbeck?
There's just one missing link I'm still looking for.
Yeah, well, you find it and find it quick. Stenbeck keeps saying he's on the straight and narrow now, but I don't believe it. He's into something. He's got to be. It's in his blood. I want something. I want to run him out of town. I want to put him behind bars for good.
So, Tom said this anonymous person found this ledger over the castle.
Yep, in one of the secret passageways.
So who's going to check through all these addresses?
Oh, Nick, thanks for volunteering.
Sometimes I hate being a new kid on the block.
I got a theory I want to run by you. If this page is from one of the ledgers that James Stenbeck said Hensley Taggart kept, and if the names on it are maybe the Falcon's drug contacts, what if someone were secretly transporting them out of the castle through the secret passageways? Maybe to destroy them, and one of the pages got torn out.
It could be. Well, Hal will be back from Toronto soon. He'll be able to tell us if there are any similarities between this ledger and the books he saw at Taggart's office over in Edinburgh.
Going around in circles, you know. Who is the Falcon? Was it Hensley Taggart? Is it Duncan McKechnie? Is it James Stenbeck?
Oh, Ruckle, if you could speak, we'd have our man.
It's Stenbeck. I'm at work, so I can't talk long. Now, listen, I want you to watch the McKechnies like a hawk. If there's any kind of unusual activity, you alert me at once. You got it?
I'll get on it right away.
Good. All I need is some proof of what I already know about McKechnie. I can get him off my back for good.
I asked Julia to start packing for me.
Please don't go, lassie. What are you going to do in Edinburgh when I'm not there? You'll be lonely. And what about me when I come back here to this old empty castle?
Then come back with me, Duncan. Please, let's go home.
I can't. This is my home now. It has to be.
Why? Why did we ever leave Scotland in the first place?
Please stay, lassie. I know if you get a chance to speak.
Good morning, Mr. Field. Diagnosis.
He's downstairs waiting for you.
I know. I can't bear to face him. Why did I ever tell Harriet how I felt about him?
Will you stop blaming yourself? Shannon didn't stop that wedding because of your feelings. She stopped it because of her own feelings.
Oh, there you are. Hope you're not trying to avoid me.
Well, I've got some errands to take care of in town before I go, Brian. I hope I see you before I leave. And I hope I see both you and Shannon when I get back.
Safe trip.
I won't be long, Bruce.
I only wanted to make sure that you were all right. You were very upset when I left you at the dock last night and raced after Shannon.
I wish you'd caught up with her. I know if you'd had a chance to talk with her, you could have convinced her to stay. But she'll be back soon.
I don't think so. And even if Shannon does come back, I don't think there's much of a chance for us again.
You mustn't talk like that. You and Shannon love each other. I told you once you must never let anything come between you. I meant it then, and I still do, with all my heart.
I know.
I'm going back to Scotland today, Brian, permanently.
Don't do it, Beatrice.
I must. I should have gone back Christmas Eve as I'd planned, and none of this would have happened.
The reasons for staying then, and those reasons are just as valid now. Running away once more.
I'm not running away. I just need to start with a fresh slate.
of you do that, I wouldn't protest. But you're gonna go back, and you won't face the world. You'll hide from it. You'll let life slip by you. You're a very special person. Don't do that to yourself. It would be a terrible waste. Stay, please. Keep getting stronger.
Why can't you just let me go?
Because losing the people we care about hurts too much. You should know that better than anyone.
Well, I'm ordering in some soup for lunch. Anybody else? Oh, my goodness. I have a meeting at the hospital in just 20 minutes. Oh. You know, actually, Barbara, I came here to talk with you. I had a call from Dee this morning. Really? Yeah, her magazine is thinking about doing a big article about you, and she may come to town to supervise it. I'm just hoping that we can arrange things so she doesn't have to come into contact with James. I'll take care of it. Thanks.
No sense in having Dee suffer any more at James' hands.
Good. I have some things to do in the back. Goodbye, Grandma.
Bye-bye, Dee. Later, all right?
Okay.
Come on, I'll walk you out.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overreacting, but just seeing her talk with James disturbs me. She's just so young and impressionable. Would you talk to her and just encourage her to stay away from him?
Of course I will.
Good. Well, okay. I got to get over to the hospital.
Okay.
You can come out now.
That was a very nice little tete-a-tete you and James were having when Ellen and I walked in.
Barbara, believe me, James Stenbeck and I hardly know each other.
Really, really? Well, I just find it amazing that a man that you say hardly knows you is so protective of you. Do you realize that he was out at Duncan Castle yesterday looking for the ruckle? He thought that Duncan had the ruckle and he wanted to get it back. Now, tell me, Emily, James gave that coin to you, didn't he?
No. Hensley sent it to me for my birthday. I don't know why everybody cares so much about this coin or why Duncan stole it from me.
Well, Duncan says he didn't, and I believe him. He also told me that he offered you $25,000 for it, and you turned him down. Now, why?
It wasn't for sale. But it's been stolen now, so can we please just drop the subject?
This portion of As the World Turns has been brought to you today by Pepto-Bismol. Coats, soothes, and relieves. Pepto-Bismol for most common stomach discomforts. And by Mr. Clean. For a clean so shiny, you have to ask, is it wet or is it dry? We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Greetings, lovely ladies. I'm taking you to lunch, sis. My treat.
Excuse me, Emily. Okay, brother dear, don't try to butter me up. Just give it to me straight.
What?
How much? How much?
$2,500. A short-term loan, I'm going to put it into a real solid investment.
Yeah, I bet. What about the loan you took from me when you were here for Chris and Nancy's party? You haven't paid that back, have you?
Well, you know I would have if I hadn't lost my job in Chicago.
Oh, well, Rick, how are you going to pay this one back? You know damn well that as soon as Bob Hughes gets back from London, you're going to lose your job at Memorial, too.
Don't be so sure. I think I've found a way to convince him to give me a second chance.
You never change, do you? Oh, why do we do this? This is a loan, not a gift. By the way, I heard you bumped into James at Emily's cabin the night of Kim's party.
Mm-hmm.
James let that one slip the other night. I wanted them to give you any idea what he was doing there?
No, but from what I gathered, they were discussing Steve Andropoulos' financial problem.
Yeah. So they told me. Wish I could believe them.
Good morning, Miss Stewart. Morning, Barbara.
Good morning.
Rick.
Duncan? Well, it looks like I've lost my luncheon partner, huh?
You know, I hate to always do this to you, but I've got to leave town once again on business.
Oh, Toronto or Chicago?
Edinburgh. Only this time I'd like to take you with me. I'm leaving this afternoon.
Oh, Duncan, you give me such notice. Actually, I really would like to go with you, but I can't. Just had another run-in with Paul's father.
I see. Listen, has Emily said anything more to you about the Ruckle?
Just that she really thinks that it's stolen. For some reason, I tend to believe her.
Emily, Barbara just asked me about the night that I found you and James together. But don't worry. Your reputation is intact. Thanks to me. And now it's your turn to show your appreciation.
Excuse me, Barbara. Mm-hmm. Rick has asked me to lunch. Is that all right? Be back in an hour. All right.
Thanks for the buck, Sid.
I've got to run. I'll miss you. Will you do me a wee favor?
What's that?
Will you keep it to yourself that I'm leaving?
Duncan, more secrets.
I can't explain it to you now. I want you to trust me and wish me luck.
I think I just found what we've been waiting for. One of the companies on this list recently went out of business. They had offices in Chicago and Toronto. And guess what day they closed up shop? November 11th, the day after Hensley Taggart was killed.
So, if this place was a front for Falcon activity, somebody other than Taggart had it shut down, huh?
Which means either Hensley Taggart wasn't the Falcon, or he has an accomplice who's still out there.
Very impressive, Nick.
Thanks. I've been learning a lot ever since you went out on maternity leave. Oh, sorry.
Look, we got to phone this information up to Hal. Right, look.
Give my best, will you?
Hey, yeah, I do. How are you?
Hey.
20 seconds?
Yeah.
Look, I ran into Mama this morning while I went over there, and I stumbled into a very embarrassing situation. She was on her way upstairs to take a shower to scrub Casey's back.
I gather you don't approve.
It's not a question of approval. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. I don't want to see Mama get hurt.
Craig Casey loves Mama very much.
But he is so much younger than she is. And don't tell me that Mama doesn't care, because I know she does. I heard it in her voice.
Craig, I've never seen Mama so happy. Hey, look at it this way. At least she's not dating John, right?
I wish I could take this as lightly as you do.
Could you at least pretend to accept it, give it a little approval for her sake? You know? Could you at least be a little supportive despite your doubt? Greg, Mama is so happy. She has found someone in her life that makes her very happy and who loves her. That is a blessing that not every one of us gets in our life. You know, when you see happiness go by, you of all people should know this. You gotta reach out and you gotta grab onto it and hang onto it for dear life. Because some days, fate might come in and muscle that happiness right out of your hand.
Hey, darling. You know, I think Craig will come around.
Yeah, well, I wish I could believe that. You know, an hour ago I had so much energy, and now I just feel drained.
Come on, I don't want you feeling like that.
Oh, I'm okay. It's just, post-holiday blues.
Don't feel blue. We've got each other, right? Well, that's better. Huh? Yeah? Huh? Now I can go to work a happy man, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Lila. Is, Craig's reaction the only thing that's bumming you out? Hmm?
Craig has the same fears and the doubts that I had going into this. I just have this little voice saying that he may be right.
Oh, I'm so glad you decided to have lunch with me.
Yeah, sure. Grandma may join us later. She has a fundraising meeting here about for grandfather's research project. But I'm not sure. So, tell me, how was your appointment with Dr. Samuel?
Everything's fine.
Okay.
I don't know, Betsy. Do you think I'm being overly cautious?
No, not at all. Don't be silly. You want a healthy baby? No such thing as being overly cautious.
Hi.
Hi, Grandma.
Oh, hi, Monsieur.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to take a rain check on our lunch. Rex, Whitmore and I are going to meet with Ida Snyder, and I've got so many phone calls to make after that. Honey, I ran into Emily at Fashions this morning. Did she tell you that her cabin on the yacht had been broken into the other day?
What?
What?
No. Every time I turn around, there's something else.
Oh, was anything stolen? No. She claims that she didn't say anything about it because she didn't want to worry us, but honestly, I don't know what to believe anymore. And I got the feeling that she was not listening to me at all when I tried to warn her about James Stenbeck. I found the two of them talking alone together at Fashions.
About what?
She said that he was just expressing concern about her cabin being broken into. Just looking at the two of them together, I couldn't help thinking about Dee.
Hello, Ellen. Rex said he's ready for the meeting now.
Okay.
You ready? I'll be up in a minute.
Oh, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Dear, Craig told me that you talked to your mother and put in a good word for her and about me, and I just want to tell you I appreciate it.
Oh, I feel like it's the least I could do to help.
Yeah, well, thanks. Bye, Betsy.
Hi. You got a minute? Cup of coffee?
Yeah, but I gotta make it fast. I have a meeting.
You want to go somewhere else?
No, I told you earlier. I'm past that now.
You seem preoccupied. You want to talk about it?
It's nothing I can talk about right now, okay? And it doesn't have to do with Sierra.
Okay.
Look, are Lily and Holden getting along better after last night?
Well, I guess they had a talk. I think he's still putting business before their relationship.
Poor kid. That's what Lucinda's been doing to her for years.
Yeah, well, I don't think Holden means to. Well, its success is very important to him.
And I'm sure Lucinda's taking advantage of that. Would it help if I talked to him?
It might. Thank you.
Ira, have you seen Meg since she disappeared this morning?
Actually, she said she had to run errands for Lila on lunch.
Oh, well, we'll go over to Lila's and see if I can catch her there.
Why don't you give her a call first, John?
Why?
Well, maybe she's not home, okay? It might save you a trip.
Have you talked to her lately?
Yeah, this morning. Why?
Well, she's just not acting herself these days. I'm a little worried about her.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
This way, please. May I get you a cocktail?
Meg, how about some champagne? After all, this is a New Year's celebration.
Just ginger ale for me, thank you.
All right, ginger ale for the lady, and I'd like to have my usual.
My pleasure. And it's nice to see you again, Mr. Reyes. You come here often, I guess.
No, not really. But I do believe in tipping well, and I think that's why she remembers me.
I saw Sierra in the hospital today.
I guess she was getting a checkup from Dr. Samuels. Must be very difficult being separated from your wife with a baby on the way.
It is very difficult. So let's not talk about it. Meg, I hope you like getting gifts.
I love it. Oh,
Go
you
on.
shouldn't have.
Go on.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I can't accept it. Thank you very much.
Why not? You like getting gifts, and I like giving them. And right now, I have no one to give gifts to. Here, let me help you out with it.
Play this one smart, and you'll end up with everything you've ever wanted.
Well, how'd it go with Beatrice? Wasn't easy, but I convinced her to stay. She's resting now, and I'll pick her up later for her appointment with Dr. Michael.
Well, thank you very much for talking to her. I knew she'd listen to you. She's very fond of you, you know.
I know.
I only wish someone could reason with Shannon the way you can with Beatrice.
Well, that would be very difficult, considering no one knows where Shannon is.
Well, keep your chin up. I'm sure that when Harriet gets back, she can't stay away from the Courtman home for too long. She'll likely tell you where Shannon is.
Not if Shannon wants it kept quiet. Harriet is very loyal, as you well know. Well, I've got a newspaper to run.
I have a plane to catch. Listen, will you take care and keep your eye on Beatrice for me?
I will.
Thank you. You know, she's got my number in Edinburgh. If you hear anything from Shannon, please give a call.
All right.
Thanks. My dearest Beatrice, I knew Brian would convince you to stay. If you find any more references to Suzanne's relationship with Lester Keyes in any of Thomas' letters, please contact me immediately. If I'm not in, leave a message with Miranda. All my love.
I ran into Miss Emily Stewart at the ballet last night, and I told her to avoid your empty threats. And she informed me that the ruckle had been stolen from her suite.
Oh, isn't that a coincidence?
Is it now? Because I think you're the gentleman who stole it.
Well, that's absurd. And if that's what she really believes, why doesn't she call the police herself?
James Stenbeck.
It's me. McKechnie just left his island, heading for the mainland. He had a suitcase with him.
Excellent work. I'll take it from here.
Hi.
Here.
Is Meg here?
Oh.
Ivy told me that she was running some errands during her lunch hour for you. I thought I might catch her here.
Never told her to do any errands for me.
Oh.
Oh, John, while you're here, can you help me get the tree out, please?
Sure. You give me a cup of coffee.
Sure, go help yourself. I'm going to bring these upstairs, okay?
Sure.
Oh, John, will you get that for me, please?
Hi. Flowers for Miss Montgomery.
Oh, that's Mrs. Montgomery. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Who was it?
Flowers for Miss Montgomery. By the way, you owe me a quarter.
You always give a quarter. Oh, they're beautiful.
Very impressive. Who are they from? Who's your secret admirer?
It's just that. It's a secret. Now, listen, I'm going to go leave it in water right now, okay? I'll be right back.
Hey! I hope these bring a smile back to that beautiful face I love waking up to. Miss you. Can't wait to be with you again tonight. Love. Casey.
Okay. What was James Stenbeck doing at your place that night? You better be careful, Emily. You may be involved in a lot more than you think.
Oh, good, you're back.
I have lots of boxes for you to unpack up in the stockroom.
Pleasure. Thanks again for lunch.
Anytime.
Do I detect a little bit of tension between you two?
Oh, no, I think that Emily was just expecting lunch at the Mona Lisa, and she got the coffee shop.
Aw.
Look, I've got to get back to the hospital. Thanks again for that loan.
Don't forget, that's exactly what it is. A loan.
Hey, I'll pay it back. With interest.
Don't bother making empty threats to Emily Stewart. You won't go to the authorities and report that that coin was stolen. Because from what Hensley told me about your activities, you're the last person in the world who can afford a run-in with the police.
Duncan, is that...
Stay tuned for Capital. Next on most of these CBS stations. Christie Brothers. Jewelry by Monet. Join us tomorrow for As the World Turns.